We have Rectum with heals. 2 hallowed drippings, 2 steel enhancers, a remnant host, plated sealed Daedalus, Arcus with a sweeper, and Seraph the Impatient. With a remnant host, that's like screaming accumulator already. Do we want dazed units? Okay, so we want a quick sweeper plant, in which case then, if we get it, dazed units really don't matter. Alright, so we're looking for a Husk Hermit. The downside to that is... there isn't one. Rector doesn't get super swole though. It kind of does, but it doesn't really get a lot of actual damage support. You bought mutton instead of lamb for the stew. It's kind of smelling funky. Eh. How else would you cook mutton though? Could you roast it? I mean, if you accidentally got mutton instead of lamb for any other meal, I'd probably want it for a stew other than something else. Definitely wouldn't want to replace it for chops. That'd be sacrilege. Rack of mutton. No. I mean, mutton is lamb, but you more specifically, it's older. Veal does not equal steak. Well, steak is the type of cut, not the meat. So you get ham steaks, lamb steaks, beef steaks. But veal indicates a youngling. Yeah, I think I want to get a sweeper. So we don't really need the concussive coals. After all that, after the discussion of, I'm salivating now. I want chops. Yeah, or a nice rack covered in mustard seed. Anyway, you'd probably go a split anvil, but it's not going to do too much. I wonder if we get more out of concussive coals. That can't be right. Oh, okay. Concussive coals is good here. Do we want this? Or does Rector get killed? I think Rector gets murdered if we do that. I don't want to murder my Rector. Generally quite painful process. Wait for him. If we kill that here... I should have put one of these down here. Man, we could have actually got this collector. I did not think we could have got that collector. Put that there instead. Put that there and do that. Missed everything. Yeah, might need to pivot on that one, Marty, and get some more hearty veg in your stew. Pivot. Pivot. Friends. I think we're leaking this guy. Yep. And that one? That's a shame. So we're doing 21 to him. There's no way. There was a slight thought of steel enhancing this guy so he kills a dreg, so we get an extra kill, but extra rank on Rector, but it doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a much stronger flavour, but if you're looking for a, like the taste you get out of, what's the word? Is there like mutton's for older lamb, right? Is there there's not another more specific description for, I guess, medium-aged lamb? It's just lamb, isn't it? Definitely a different flavour though. Good or bad doesn't really matter. Just different. Some people don't like it though. I don't mind. But I have almost no taste. So as long as it's edible, I'm probably going to. Mutton, salt, cabbage, and pepper. Yeah, I can see it. It's usually cheaper too. That's always a bonus. I am a cheapskate. Frugal cook. Frugal chef, Panz. You want to throw out some meat, but you have leftovers? Huh. We'll just freeze the leftovers. Frozen pre-cooked spaghetti. Frozen leftovers are the best because then you can pull them out for a microwave meal whenever. Whereas if you eat your leftovers and don't have any frozen pre-cooked meals for a quick fix if you're in a pickle, then you don't have any. Yeah. You freeze your boiling water so you always have... That's very clever, Reginald. Because apparently... you're not supposed to reboil water, especially for cups of tea. There you go, Kizron. You want to reignite this argument? I don't know why. There's probably some reason. I don't care. So you could use any leftover boiled water in your kettle and freeze it so you have some spare for next time you make tea. the reboiling thing has been disproven. I didn't even know there was something to prove. I heard it once and I'm like, I don't care. And someone tried to give me some science and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not putting the water down the sink or anywhere else. I'm definitely not wasting it because, you know, water's a valuable resource, right? We should care for our resources. But I just don't care. I'm happy to reboil it. Yeah, I don't keep the kettle filled because I'm a cheapskate, so I don't want to spend that sort of electricity on heating the water. But I don't want to ever heat it up and not have enough. So I usually have 2 cups worth because there's the odd chance Mrs. Panz will say, "Oh, pour me a cuppa while you're at it," and then not drink it because she does. So it's always good to have a second one in there. I want a plant, right? We want a plant. I want a quick plant. I want it. Ooh, give me a husk hermit. Stupid game. Actually, Animus is pretty strong. Alright, let's roll. Husk Kermit. Nice teed. Nice teed. Hey students, eh? I don't want spikes. Oh, I can't put the remnant host on top floor. All of a sudden, the that concussive coals might have been the way to go. Never mind, we win. I mean, you're actually 100% right there, Exploits. The UK is not a real country. It's a collection of countries. Well, actually... UK was invented by J.R.R. Tolkien. Well, yeah, it doesn't mean it's not real. You know, some dude invented the light bulb, and it's real. I can see one. It's right there. I want to say Edison, but I don't want to embarrass myself for not knowing who invented the light bulb. But I guess that's too late now. Is there some obscure fact? Was it Edison? Was it Edison's assistant? Oh, it was Tesla. Invented nothing? Well. I'm sure he invented something. He literally... Is this the actual word literally or the New Age figuratively literally? No, I'm not believing that he didn't invent anything. I'm sure he invented one thing. I mean, you could just be a businessman and buy inventions off other people so that you can claim creation of them. I don't think I'd call that being an entrepreneur, but probably close. Good at making bad ideas into good ideas with minor tweaks. I think that's good. I think that's good enough to have an invention. Because if someone invents something and it doesn't work or it's crap, it's not complete. Partial credit to both parties. Except none for the person who came up with the concept and couldn't get it working. Because that's the most important part. Like, if you've got a really good concept but you can't get it working, then what you've got isn't worth anything. And if someone comes along and is like, hey, that's a great idea, I think I know how to get it to work, well, that is worth something, right? Yeah, well, back in the day where it was probably a lot easier to see someone's finished product and then beat them to the punch in getting it patented. That's dirty play. Dirty play. Not surprising coming from the elephant murderer though, right? I want both of these because that triggers that. Although I do have... We've got dregs and steel enhancers, so that works really well. Either way, whether it was Edison, Tesla, or someone else, someone invented light bulbs, and they're real. So even if J.R.R. Tolkien did invent the UK, that doesn't make it less real. Do we just chunk that into Animus of Will? And just go ham on her her things? Or we go Pyre Healing. I think Pyre Healing, like, we just don't need it on Animus as well, right? We're not going to get her down to... Okay, if we did get her down to 2 hit points, that means we've played thing on her 16 times. So she'll be at 173 times 3. So that's more than enough. Right, so let's just grab the Pyre Healing. Radar's a useless scam. Yeah, I'll believe that. I couldn't even last a second without chuckling at it. I've heard that somewhere too, Kizron. Okay, you're not double bomb, so let's just set up here. So that guy does. Oh, that guy's going to do just as much damage. Yeah, extra turn to set up though. Now we want to keep a spot open in case I draw a remnant host. You can just die. Yeah, see, like that. I actually want him doing the extra point of damage to kill that off to open up the 2 capacity. Oh, dang. Probably doesn't matter. Should get holdover on that. Yeah. Definitely should get holdover on it. This is a ridiculous combo. Like, just dumb, right? I'm okay with it, don't get me wrong. Like I'm just sort of looking at it going, what do we, like, what do we do? Is it it's just remove cards, right? Like that is... Sack res is worth having. Like maybe we remove a dead weight with it, but like once we play out, because the drafts remove themselves, we have a razor sharp. So we have 2 dead weights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy crap! We're down to 8 cards in the rotation. So what is sack res even doing? Maybe getting rid of the restores. If we got down to the razor sharp and just like the steel enhancers, if we get rid of a couple of those and draw, we could end up playing it. Okay, we don't even need a holdover. Nuts to that. Let's just do this. Hey, Sludgy. Hey, Pennywise, how you doing? Do I even want to fight? Do I even want to find an Endless? I don't think I do. Makes the runs take too long. I mean, you draw back into it. You could kill it and draw back into it. Haste? That's fine. Spikes? No, thank you. Hmm. $40, $15, kill, kill, kill. Yeah, it's not the greatest right now. It's pretty close though. Alright, what gives? I think I want to dupe that razor sharp. Okay. It's actually better to let these guys leak like this. Because we take 7 pyre and we gain 10. So letting them leak like this is a +3 pyre health change. Having more damage would be not as beneficial to the run. That's crazy. Calculated. 200 IQ player. I don't have the thing set up on this frame. I can't believe I didn't have this. Much better. Thanks, Attitude. So there is a slight issue, and that's that we want to get the Remnant hosts to give Rector health, because him not dying is important. And it's a nice little damage. But we also want to get stuff to boost Animus. Where's my dupe in? Like so, and I don't want to endless it. So we're going that way, and then probably that way. And then so I can't get a dupe until there. So I don't know if I want to take this. But I'm going to get the deck real thin. Yeah, and there's 0 cost, so I can always just play them on another floor if we want to get rid of them. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Thanos. Giga Brain. I'm down with Giga Brain. Oh, okay, hang on. Alright, so here we go to the caverns first because this is a lie. This is not units get an extra upgrade slot. Be warned, it is units get a 3rd slot. Alright, so if you've gone to an event and you've already gotten a bonus one, this doesn't give you an extra one anymore. It does nothing. Because apparently words don't mean things. So if you buy that thinking, oh, that's great, then we can get another multi on Animus or an extra plus 10 or whatever, and then you go here and you get 25 hit points on Animus, you'd be missing it. Ooh, we get a free removal. I wish the event upgrades went... Well, I mean, that makes sense to want that because that makes the game easier, right? So something that improves, like, makes, like, just... What's the word that people like to use? Strictly better is always a good thing to want. But I think... There's no downside to it. It doesn't really make it too much easier. I don't think I'd be against that change. Not just easier, more user-friendly, and less RNG. Yeah, but that's the... I think... So, even though it's slightly less RNG, because you could be like, oh, I want to take this, but I'd prefer to have a better one, or I wish I'd bought the other one, because now I'd be able to have a 3rd one. It makes you go through a decision process. So... And the biggest effect of it is the minimize one. The plus 25 HP one that you can get instead of taking blood for blood, no one really cares. If you're going to put 25 hit points on a unit and you're like, oh cool, I get to do this now without going to a Merchant of Steel, that then saves you, maybe if you wanted to do that before here, or before here, you'd be like, oh cool, I don't have to go to this Merchant of Steel now, I can go this way. It's really only the minimize one, right? And the reason people don't like that is when you get it early enough and this Merchant of Steel here or even here didn't have 2 upgrades, so you didn't get to put large and multi on your Legion of Wax and then get to minimize it. You know, but of course by having that you have that decision process of, well, do I consider this could be a buff? Should I take, instead of getting large, maybe I just take 25 health from here. So you actually get to make interesting decisions. So when you look at it and say, oh, it removes the RNG, it just means you don't have to think, like, the more changes you make in that direction, it means you start thinking less and less about what you have to do and what impactful decisions you get on your run. In which case then the game just starts getting boring and becomes a clicker. And then people stop playing it because it's no longer interesting, it's just do this, then do this, then do this. You'd love to put quick on Animus, saves health and triggers harvests. No, I wouldn't. Because Rector gets to the point where he ends up having 1,000 hit points. So I don't need to save health. Don't think you can plan ahead? Oh, you should stick around and watch more. Because I have quite a lot of times where I've openly said, you know, I want to go to the store here before the cavern because if it's a modifier event, I want to, you know, put an extra modifier on this person. So if I'm in that situation where I can, I usually think about, okay, I've got the money, I can do it. Do I want to take this suboptimal one, or do I want to leave it open and just hope? A lot of times, if you get it early and really early in a run, you don't have the gold to have covered it anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference. You just take your free upgrade and you'd be happy, because I'm certainly not going to complain if I get a minimizer on a big sludge and I'm like, oh man, I got one multi on the big sludge and now he's and minimizer. I could have had two. Well, that's okay. I can actually just dupe him 3 times, you know, and have the same effect. I mean, I totally get what you're saying. It would definitely be, it would give you more power, without a doubt. It wouldn't hurt the player in any way. But I just, you know, I'm more upset about this one because it does say extra and it doesn't give you an extra. Yeah, Animus could punch a tank. You stand corrected? No, I think I think you definitely make a valid point. My personal opinion is I like having extra decisions like that, just to put that little bit of complexity in it. If they changed it and made it like that, I wouldn't complain. Although I'd bring up the fact that, like, they managed to make Shadow Siege 6 capacity for no reason, and they're making adjustments like that. But this one, that one's just an opinion. Just an opinion. You know, and the other thing to remember is, like, I play, you know, hundreds of hours of this every month. So having the extra decisions is more valuable to someone the likes of me, where, you know, I'm not going to just sit down for an hour or two and smash out a couple runs and then get about whatever else I'm doing. So I need to, for me to stay interested in the game, I need more of those decisions. No. So what do we say we're doing anyway? We're going to go that way. And then I'm probably going, this circle doesn't matter. And then I might go that way. So the extra upgrade slot here possibly doesn't do anything for us. However, the exploding candle does. We're just got to be careful if where we're setting up would mean... So we can use that with our drafts and rector, but we want to use that to our advantage. I think we can. I think also my previous thing about the amount of time I'm put into the game, because I'm playing this every day, Pennywise, is that sort of leads to the planning I do in games like this as well. It's just from having that situation happen multiple times, and then you start thinking, what can I do to get the most out of that, or to avoid a bad thing that happened, or to not miss out on an opportunity type of deal. Do I think they'll add an endless modifier like they have in Slay the Spire? No, I don't think they will. With the workshop opening up on, what's that, 3 days or 4 days, depending, I guess 4 days. I think they'll leave that to the modding community. I think it will have the same problems as the Endless in Slay the Spire. Which is you either... every time I've gone into Endless, you either die like you normally do in Slay the Spire, because death is a thing in Slay the Spire, or you make one of the, I don't know, half a dozen combos that allows you to go truly endless. and then the game gets boring after 3 hours. Because fights are... I had one, we were on like, I can't remember, like the 500th floor, and fights were taking 3 or 4 minutes to load, just because everything's going... and like... And then I play the Searing Blow, and everything dies. And then you just go to the next floor, and you're like, yep, this is dull. Because it's dull. Oh, the downside is I can't play my dregs early now. Well, I mean, I can, but I want them to die off here. Is a dreg dying off worth more than a remnant host? No. Yes. Kills the backline. Oh man, now I've got to make this decision. It's getting rage. Do I care? Not really. Oh, because of drafts. Because of drafts. No! Dang it. I forgot the drafts. I mean, we're fine, but it could have been better. Bad Panz. Sure. Alright, Teed. Make sure to leave. There you go. How much damage is that guy doing? Not enough. 39. Oh, wait, are we even getting the kill? Oh man, if we leak, it's probably not even that bad. Which is something I should consider before doing things that could gain us a kill. Is check to see if we gain any healing from our whatever it's called. Like here. Alright, don't kill this guy. So 35 puts him on 80. So I just have to keep that below 80. Oh. Turned out that was a lot easier than I anticipated to keep it below 80. Sweeping, no sweeping. Alright, doing in lots of 9. That's fine. Can I get over... at 30? Okay, let's do it. It doesn't matter, Rector's hit points is probably enough. Yeah, it turns out this deck is strong. Even with me trying to throw at the start, like, deck's too powerful. Probably shouldn't make statements like that before I die in circle 6. What are you taking a break from? Oh, Genshin Impact? Are you enjoying that, Valkyrie? You said you weren't sure about it before you started playing. What do you think now? Time to remove the stews. Oh no, we still got 2 more restores. Huh, the restores actually did something, and now we're getting rid of them. Yep, seems fair. You have fun? Oh, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. No. Sure. I have nothing to put. Look at it. Look. Nothing. Nothing. I don't wanna. It's not Sap Seraph. Oh, to cleanse melee weakness? We'd probably just take the hit. Like, Rector's... it's only going to ever be stacks of 1. We're never going to be avoiding... Oh. Huh. No, because we're going to be putting things in front of us. So we're probably going to be banking up a bunch of those. But his hit points will just get... His hit points just scale too much, hey? I think he should be okay. But there's, I think there's potential to do that in some decks, or similar. No, I'm good. I think the scariest one for that is like at the very start when his hit points are still low. Like you're gonna, if you block, then you get hit by Seraph, so you're likely to get hit for like 40 something. Incant can hurt us. Hellborn Harvest can hurt us as well. I'm gonna be really careful in this fight. Okay. That's the Hellborn Harvest. So the next one's Incant. Oh, and we are ready to go. Oh, it's so good. Okay, we'll go there. You go there. So this will be Incant, which means we don't get wrecked by the Harvest. The next one's Hellborn Harvest, so and if he goes top, we're going to get a bunch of stuff. But we're at the damage level now. I think we can happily kill these off. Because I just don't want to get the stuff, the Hellborn Harvest next turn. And Rector's got enough hit points, and that's enough damage to kill that. So let's Remnant Host there. Just for good measure, let's do this. Nice. Alright, I think we're good. That should be good. I could have even put that dreg down the bottom. The next one is 50 hit points, dies, 90, dies, good, good. And that should be GG. Incant? You're a jerk. He almost made it. Is that my deck? Oh, we're at the stage. Check this out. Okay. Razor Sharp. Okay, with 2 Razor Sharps, we're guaranteed to draw the Razor Sharp from that. Right? Instead of it being a 50-50. That was the last shard? Ah, that's okay. But yeah, so Razor Sharp, Steel Enhancer, 50-50 Razor Sharp or Steel Enhancer. Yeah, that's alright. We don't quite have... I would have thought we'd have more hit points there. But, you know, close enough. We definitely could have. I was being... Because of how his shards were doing stuff, I was killing a lot more off with the candle than what I'd normally be doing. But I will have to watch that in the Seraphite to make sure that we keep his hit points a bit higher. I think we take capacity here because we really don't want the top floor losing capacity. We could probably afford to take that hit. But having 5, but having 6 is really good too, because then we can bank up the remnant hosts if we need to, which is good because it means that the one that's already there at the end of a turn can get the melee weakness. We have nowhere to go. I don't know. Oh, we're going to dupe the Razor Sharp because I couldn't. Or we could go for holdover on the Razor Sharp or just dupe it. Huh. I want the 2 removals. I just want to get the deck thinner from the start. I don't want to be playing Stewards. The Hallowed Drippings can just get played out. Plus, because of Winged Steel, they practically remove themselves, whereas I've got to actually play a Steward somewhere. And we're not going to be baiting Seraph, so... I also played some Remnant hosts on that one in other floors to just get some pre-damage in, and I don't think we have to do that on the Seraph fight. Because the majority of waves are just Shade Wings at the back, which died a candle. Dropping stews off in the pool, that's right. I don't want spikes. So it's only really the double heavies we want to get the damage up for. Like this one. They got multi as well, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. So this guy gives us 4 health. That guy takes away a little bit, but... So it's kind of a problem, because with the double drafts, we kill off this guy because of Candle, which is an annoyance, because sending him up is pretty good if we're going to lose one. Now, I'm not worried about health here, but I am worried about leaking the first guy, but what does it do for us? I don't know if we're going to be able to get to this guy at all. Like, getting through 115 damage is a tough call. So I think we might want to actually start chomping away here. We'd take out the multi... let's do this.
Toss a coin to your steward, a worker on the train.
Cool, thank you so much, dude, with the 7 months. Appreciate the support, man. Hope you're having a great weekend. Nice. That's how you get a bonus little bit of health there on Rectum. This will help a lot. We should be able to get those Razor Sharps. Couple turns now. That guy's almost dead, so we won't be taking too much damage from him. I think I want to put one of these up the top though. Yeah, we definitely want one of them there. Nice. And that possibly solves our problem, because that's going to be on what? 5? So he dies to a hit from a draft. And then he takes 30 from a draft, takes some from Rector, takes 100 from her. So probably not dead, but the closest we're going to get to it. And then I don't want to be redrawing these guys again. I want to try and get back to the razor sharp. So let's go ahead and put these guys down here. Get a little bit of damage in. It's a lot of deaths. Rector could have harvested a lot of hit points there. Never mind. This is a bit of an issue, just because of the amount of... Oh no, it's not. Wait. It's not an issue at all. Just do that for it. It's happening. Found the damage. Okay. The endgame deck right now is perfect. So we go from an 85 times 3, 28. We to a 121 times 3, 28. To a 157 times 3, 28. That escalated quickly. Shouldn't have buffed her up so much. Fight ended and I wasn't even in the kitchen yet. Okay, so it's really down to a removal or a dupe or a holdover. We was doing 750 a pop. Yeah, she's all right. She's okay. So we're not going to get her up to that sort of damage. We need, like, we might not even get to that stage in the next fight, because we've really got to watch our placement of dregs and stuff to kill the Shade Wings on the top floor. We don't have to kill Shade Wings on the top floor, but I kind of want to, because it's the best way of getting Rector's health up. And like, I still haven't written out the lineup I should probably do that one day. I would take a holdover though. Would I? We're drawing through fairly quickly. We just remove something? That's the only thing we could look for as a holdover, and I wonder if we even need it. Or if I'd want to be cycling to units anyway. It's a tough call. Is 30 damage on the Trader's Quill worth anything? It's not worth anything. It's not worth anything. And so I actually don't want to remove the dregs because they're 5 damage AoE. Removing the Hallowed Drippings though, because they're wasted draw, is fine. And removing the 2 final Stewards, I think maybe I took the wrong path. Like, I didn't need that. I don't need a dupe. The same as I don't need the... That would have done something. I don't need this. I think the I don't need the money though. So... Oh. Okay. It's fine. I guess the only thing that I might... Maybe like the Invigorating Solution if we... Cool. Quickly pour that tea. Alright, let's do it. Hey man, eating donuts. Nah, I didn't want to... I mean, I could have. But I think because we've got the 4 of them, like, I think just drawing through is fine. Because we've got 4 Remnant Hosts as well, if we get the Endless one early, that's then we're drawing into other ones we're probably not going to use, which is stalling getting the Razor Sharp, and getting the Razor Sharp ultimately is more important. Now I'm not going to worry about. Could have re-rolled and maybe got a 110 holdover, but if it comes in extra, then probably should have done it anyway. I just don't really care for it. I think we draw into the second one. And because this is going to get 4 drafts, and the drafts dying kill off any backline, we just put 2 of these in front now, and we don't care. Right, because the second one can't die in the same turn. So it blocks a melee weakness for us. And we don't mind pumping Seraph here. Mostly because it's just not going to matter. We just need to get strong enough to take out that wave. So what do we have? We had 1, 2, Gilded Wing. And we can let that one sit there and get the melee weakness. I just don't care. So we just do this. It stays alive. And totally happy for it to stay alive. And we just pump damage this way. It means we don't get to that. We won't get to that position we were at before where we're just pumping so much through. But we just don't care. Like, this gives us the most... probably not the most. It gives us a better chance at more health on Rector. And we just don't care about pumping Seraph. It doesn't matter. Rector's on 400 hit points. Like, it just... I could have pumped more damage into Animus too if I just started playing dregs on the other lines. Because we would have had that rotation of the deck down. We should get there by the end though. Oh no, Seraph's hitting for 35. Rector's sitting there with no melee weakness. Never got touched. Rector only gains 12 health. Yeah. Weak Rector. Weak. How you doing, Dragon? Oh, it's my best melting score. Actually, I wonder if that is if that's your best score, or if when they show this stat, or if it's just there's nothing else. It has to be when you get your best one, because Otherwise, you wouldn't have the runs where they don't show you anything. Because there's somewhere they just put the win streak in the middle and nothing. So it must be a new higher score with melting. Does that mean that gets tracked? Oh, good. It must... Yeah, that's weird. Like, so if it's not showing here, I wonder if it's just a score. Melting, right? Okay, so it's not by highest melting score. So... What is it? They just randomly sometimes choose to put a you beat your friend in there. Or whether it be score or a number of wins or something else. But other times not. Strange. Either way. Nice run.